3, 2, 1.
Nope.
Ooh, that was bad. Renaissance Faire. You know, it's that one place where people act like they're in the 14th to 17th-ish century for a weekend and also put on fantasy and medieval cosplay. They also say huzzah. Long story short, I went to one and oh my God, this place is so cool. Okay, to a normal person's eyes, this is like so cringy, but you have to realize I'm a nerd. They're all nerds. This place is full of people like me. So let me educate y'all on Renaissance Fairs for a sec. It is an outdoor gathering that aims to entertain its guests by recreating a historical... So now that y'all are somewhat educated, let me talk to you about my experience going there. So the reason I was there is because my sibling, one sec, this one. They like going to these, but never really had someone with a professional camera follow them around and take photos. But once they realized I had a camera and take pretty decent photos, they practically dragged me to one to take photos of them. But after I took those photos, I snuck away from the group and kind of explored the place on my own. And wow, I found so much. There was axe throwing, star throwing, archery, a lot of sharp things. There was a tomato throwing place that if you miss the guy, he berates you.
After your pig, sweetie!
If I did that, I think I would leave that very insecure about myself. There are a lot of performers, mainly singers, still very, very good though. There was a guy in a full suit of armor. That was pretty cool. What else was there? So something I realized about these places is that they have things called trinkets, and you can trade them to like get stuff or do something. Like you could trade a trinket to a guy, and you can like hang a string or tie a string onto something and make a wish, I think. I got a trinket from a dude who looked like pyrocynical. It was a little sprocket. I wish I had it, but I don't exactly know where it is. So while I was walking around, I found a stall that you could pay a certain price and fight this dude. Obviously the weapons were foam or, you know, plastic or whatever, but you could still like pretend to fight him. Although I didn't fight anyone, I definitely filmed a couple things about that. So here they are. While I was walking around, I heard in the distance someone say,
Are you ready, kids?
And they responded with,
Aye, aye, Captain!
And I thought nothing of it. And then I heard,
I can't hear you!
And I thought there was no way they would ever. Yeah, they played the SpongeBob theme song. I love this place. So I was going to get some food, and over in the other stall, I heard someone say,
Huzzah!
Turns out in this RenFaire, if you tip someone, they say huzzah. And the best part is, it isn't just once in a while. It's every single time they get tipped. They have to say huzzah. So I made sure to tip as much as I could to make them just say huzzah. I think it's just hilarious. Other than singing shows, there were a couple other types of shows. It was called a wench show. So a wench show is pretty much a comedy show between two women where they make jokes, but halfway through the show, they get male volunteers and make them embarrass themselves in front of an entire audience. It's actually like pretty hilarious. So that was a fun time. And then after that, I went to a bird show where they showed an owl and a red-tailed hawk. They did this cool trick where they threw a lure behind them and made the red-tailed hawk chase them like it was gonna kill them. But instead of latching onto the human, it latches onto the lure. It was just a cool trick that I thought was pretty cool. So here was the original plan. So the original plan was to stay at the stage we were at after the bird show because they were setting up for a joust after. Now, here's the thing about jousts. I've always wanted to see one. Jousting is basically where two men are on foot or on a horse and they hit each other with lances. So the original plan was to stay at the stage after the bird show to let them set up for the joust and then watch the joust. But here's the problem. We were in Florida, where it was 90 degrees. We have been outside for 7 hours at that time, and we were all tired. So we didn't see the joust, which I'm not mad about, but like, it would have been cool to see it. But instead I got to see pirate magic. Here's a clip.
He jumped on the wreck, fell down to the deck, and ended up here.
So what are my thoughts on the RenFaire? I love it. I love it so much. It was so fun to walk around in basically a different world for the day and just see all the different shops, all the different characters that were there. It was just so much fun, so much fun. I will promise you that this is now like a yearly thing that I do, because one thing that I do want to mention really quick is that while I was walking around, I got to see a raccoon, like a domesticated raccoon on a dude's shoulder. His name is Rocket, so yeah. I don't know how to end this video, so I guess fare thee well. What the f?